Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, look where I am. I'm downtown DC, and it's a happening scene today. We're gonna go look at some museums and have some fun, so come on along. Well, Tubies, here we are out on the mall of the nation's capital. I tell you, I've been coming here all my life, but I still feel like a tourist for the very first time whenever I come here. It's so beautiful here. Down there you can see the Washington Monument. Isn't that beautiful? And across here, there's the Castle building of the Smithsonian. And then there is the Capitol building. Psychic Bob is live downtown DC. It's a lot of fun. By the way, I just had an interesting encounter. A Buddhist monk came up to me, couldn't speak English, but he wrote down he wanted to pray for peace for me. He was in the full robes. I wish I had filmed it. I was just kind of surprised and it caught me off guard. But anyways, he did a blessing over me, and then he put a bracelet on me, and he gave me this beautiful prayer beads. I thought that was really cool. So that's kind of a neat way to start my day, get a Buddhist monk blessing. Well, we're going to go down here. I think we're going to see if the Modern Art Gallery is open. We'll see what we got going on there. Come on along. Here we are by the beautiful Smithsonian Castle building. Isn't that lovely? I think it's mostly made of like red sandstone. Anyways, I actually have a piece of the foundation stone that was given to us by the museum. My dad worked on this many years ago. I'll have to find that and show it to you guys. It's a wonderful piece of Gothic architecture. Very British looking. I'm loving it. It's just beautiful out here today. It's not too hot, a little overcast, which is making it a little cooler. So that's good. Down there through the trees you can see the beginnings of the, see that round building? That's the Modern Art Gallery, the Hirshhorn. That's where we're going to go. Looks like they got the merry-go-round going here. All the kids love this. Isn't that cool? Right next to us here, this is the Arts and Industries building. It's made in 1876. It was a museum at the time to celebrate the centennial of the United States. And it also is in classic Victorian architecture. We may go in there a little later today if we have time. I feel Andy Warhol calling me. So we're going to go down here to the Hirshhorn. And here we are in front of the Hirshhorn, the Museum of Modern Art. Pretty cool building. Always remind me of a giant UFO kind of. It's kind of round, sitting on its legs like it's just landed. Isn't this cool? They have tables and chairs. You can sit down and bring your lunch and eat out here. I love it. I've been coming here since the 1970s, and it's always new, it's always exciting, and I always learn something. So we'll see what there is to see today. Tubies, I'm here with an amazing robot. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm sure we look great.
Thank you.
Pepper has a range, sometimes it repeats very.
Amazing.
I'm Pepper. Welcome to the Hirshhorn.
This is fascinating.
Would you like exclusive access to artists?
Yes.
Great. You should try the Hirshhorn Eye.
Well, guys, isn't that amazing? Oh, look at these exotic tables. These are works of art. 2 circles. It's supposed to be a circle here and a circle over there, and it's all made of natural wood. This museum is always so innovative, so cutting edge. This is an exhibit on an artist named Baselitz. Baselitz, 6 Decades presents a comprehensive view of the widely acclaimed German artist practice over the last 60 years, bringing together paintings, works on paper, sculptures, and archival materials. This looks fascinating. We're going to have to definitely check it out. What an interesting painting. Look at that. Huh. Amazing. These are interesting. Oh, look at this sculpture here. This is fascinating. Look at this one too, because this is done in gold leaf. It's shiny. Very dramatic. I quite like this one. Let's see what the name is. It's called Picture 34. Huh. I like that. I could see that in my house. I actually have walls big enough I could probably put that in. Pretty neat. This is interesting. This has an element that reminds me of Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was a painter in the 80s. He did a lot of primitive art, and he worked with Andy Warhol. This style is very similar to his, I think. Let's see where this one dates from. This dates from 1987. It's called On the Right and Left, a Church. I like that. Art is so fascinating. I love coming to the museum. Here's another one that I think is absolutely fascinating. I love the primitive style. So neat. There's so many wonderful things here to see. I feel very privileged to be able to come to the Hirshhorn anytime I want. Oh, and Tubies, here's a picture that I just gotta have. This is a Psyche Bob picture. This is called Drinker with Glass. And this artist liked to paint people in upside down positions. At first I thought they hang the canvas upside down, but this is the way it is. But if you'll notice, there's a person here, if you can see, and he's sipping at a tall glass, and that's a martini glass. That's somebody drinking a martini. I like that. I tell you, I'm not familiar with Baselitz, but I'm actually quite taken by his work. It's very striking, very dramatic. It's kind of fresh and avant-garde, even though it's, you know, some of these are 30, 40 years old. I like it. I really like it. Well, let's go see what else the museum has. On Tubies, they've got new stuff over here. I haven't been over here. Isn't that interesting? Oh, I love this. Look at that. Isn't that ethereal? It literally glows. How fascinating. It's called EB, 2017 Oil on Canvas. Oh, I love that. It's a quite dramatic effect. Oh, look at these guys. These are also ethereal. Oh, I'm loving this. Aren't these amazing? Deerske Rosa E0 Dome. Very dramatic. I'm really enjoying this. I'm having the best time today. Oh, Tubies, you gotta see this. This is so dramatic. Look at this giant canvas here. People floating in space, very ethereal, very spiritual. I'm really liking this. I don't know if you guys can get a sense of the scale of this canvas. It's massive, massive, massive. I'm loving it. It's kind of like Gemini twins in space. Here's another interesting canvas as well. I love that deep, dark effect. I'm such a modern art fan. I really like it. I know a lot of people don't like modern art, but I really do. I find when it's well done, it's very powerful. I just discovered all of these are also by the artist Baselitz. So that's very interesting because I thought it was a different artist. The style is so different than the earlier ones, and it's in a different section. But these are Baselitz as well, which is really cool. I have discovered a new artist today. I have to say I'd never heard of him before now, but I'm really liking it. This is interesting. This artist did like silk screens of comics and posted them around the walls. Very minimalist, but very dramatic nonetheless. Fascinating. You know, art challenges our concepts of what's important, our communication, our culture. What are we reflecting? It's interesting because the images are like faded out almost with just word bubbles. It's kind of like our society. People feel as if they're fading into the background, maybe. Very interesting. Tubies, this is interesting. They have video art here. Look at this. Come in and there's a seat here and you observe this video. Looks like a waterfall. Oops, it just disappeared. Well, maybe it'll restart. Now it's showing a building. This is wow, it feels like you're literally outside the building watching. Tubies, here's an interesting one. It's called Invisible. It's from 1971 and it's done with slide projector. And so I guess the idea is that the slide projector, now I grew up with these in the 70s, I remember these. And you put your hand, here's my hand, pass it in front, oh, it's a red light, oh look. As you move back, it says the word visible on my hand. So it was invisible and now it's visible. It's kind of avant-garde. Well, Tubies, I saw all there was to see at the Hirshhorn, and now I think it's time for lunch. And so I found me a really cool little table here, sitting under the curve of the museum. And went and got me a hot dog and a Sprite and some chips. Nothing like a afternoon in DC, a vending truck lunch. Well, Tubies, I finished with the Hirshhorn, had a great lunch, walking on the mall. There's our nation's capital. We're going to go over here to the National Gallery of Art. So come on along. Tubies, here we are outside the National Gallery of Art. This is probably my favorite museum. I don't know, I like the Modern Art Gallery, but I think this one I love just as well. As you notice, whoever designed it really took care to make it park-like. Look at this beautiful, giant, massive oak tree. And look at the beautiful fountain that is going back here. This is the ultimate place. I should have brought my lunch over here and had lunch. But it was fun eating at the Hirshhorn. Look at this. It's just like a paradise here. Isn't it lovely? Look at the greenery. It's literally like a palatial paradise. And look at that, guys. There's a magnolia tree. Oh my gosh. You know I'm crazy about magnolias. Look at these beautiful flowers. Spectacular. I love it. Look what they gave me, Tubies. This really nice map, and it breaks down all the different art styles in the museum. I've never had one of these. I love it. Here we are in the main rotunda of this museum. Look at this dome. This rivals anything you'll see in Rome. And there's the god Mercury over the fountain. There he is. And the kids all love the fountain. They all play around it. It's very palatial here. I've been wanting to go study Monet. You know, I've been very interested in Monet, and we have one of the finest Monet collections in the world. So we're going to go take a look at this. And Tubies, look at this beautiful Renoir. I love Renoir. Isn't that just a lively scene? The paint is so fresh and lively. They've really preserved it well. I love it. We're going to go on and see some Monets now. What's so amazing is you can actually go right up to these Monets. They don't keep any of the paintings behind glass. And so as you can see, this giant one here is just beautiful. This is one of his most famous ones over here, the bridge, I believe it's called. Japanese bridge. It's just lovely. Here's a close-up of the Japanese footbridge. Many of you have seen this in postcards and posters. This is the actual original one. And here I am with it. Pretty cool, huh? Here are some beautiful, famous Paul Cézannes. They're lovely. I'm such a fan of the Impressionists. This one dates from 1876, it says. Landscape near Paris. It's really amazing that we have these, and literally you can just go right up to them. It's just amazing. And the frames, I think some of these are the original frames that they were originally put in. Amazing. Just amazing. Isn't that great? Oh, this room is Van Gogh, Gauguin, and Lake Degas. Oh, I love all of them. Who could fail to recognize this? This is an original Vincent van Gogh. Girl in white dress. It's amazing. Look at the texture. Brush strokes. Here we have it. And here's another one which I absolutely love. This is a Van Gogh as well. Notice this powerful skies. Tons of people here today. These are very popular. Excuse me. And this is a very famous Van Gogh portrait. Many of you will recognize that. So as you can see, I'm here with real Van Goghs. And look, Tubies, here's one of my favorite Gauguins. I didn't realize that this was in our museum. Isn't that great? I keep finding treasures here. This is called Fatata Temiti, By the Sea, by Paul Gauguin. And this one's dated in 1892. I just love Gauguin's primitive style, his touch with the native energies, very tropical, very, very mystical. I love this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing the original. And just to prove I'm here, there I am. On Tubies, look what I found, a beautiful Renoir. Oh, I just love it. This is called View of Monte Carlo from Cap Martin. Yeah, Monaco's certainly changed. I think I like it better then. And here we are. Isn't it exciting? Oh my God, guys, this is one of my other favorite Monets. I didn't realize this was in our national collection. This is called Monet's Palazzo de Mula from Venice. He did a whole series of Venetian canals. Venice is a city in Italy that's surrounded by waterways. Oh my God, I love this one. The blues and greens and purples in it are just spectacular. And this is the actual original. And here I am with it. Isn't that great? Oh, actual Monet. Live. How exciting. Here's another Monet that I love. It's the Houses of Parliament at sunset. Isn't that beautiful? So many treasures here. This museum is just so palatial. I mean, it's really like Roman temple. Look at these beautiful urns and the architecture. Just spectacular. Just stroll and be at peace in such a beautiful place. Look, there's Pan on that goat. That goat head is Pan, I believe, on this urn. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's a shrine to Pan. See, it's a statue and they're trying to set it up. How amazing is that? Hail Lord Pan. I guess paganism's alive and well. Look at this just spectacular setting though. It really looks like something out of a movie, doesn't it? I'm loving it. And no trip to the National Gallery would be complete without stopping to pay homage to my favorite icon. This is known as Enthroned Madonna and Child. It's a Byzantine icon. And it dates from, I think, what year is it? It doesn't say. 1200s. So that's a 1200s icon. So what's that, like 900, almost 1,000 years old. I just love it. It's the Great Mother. What's amazing is a lot of these pieces are favorite pieces of mine, and I'm always amazed to discover I have them right in my own backyard. So there you go. Anyways, I think we'll drift over to the East Gallery and see some modern art now. We have two modern art museums. We have the Hirshhorn, which dates from the 1970s. And then we have this other one, which dates from the 1980s, which is called the East Wing Gallery. So we're going to go to the East Wing Gallery now. Come on along. Look, Tubies, it's the goddess reclining Looks like she's on a leopard skin or a tiger skin. Pretty cool. Well, we're going to head down to the East Wing Gallery, so come on along. I love these back stairwells. A lot of tourists don't know about them, that's why I use them. You come to DC, Psychic Bob will teach you all the secrets of how to get around. And Lady Angela, who's one of my dear friends, this one is for you. Lady Angela, as we turn the corner here, this is an original Salvador Dali. This is The Last Supper. You can see it. Salvador Dali in the original frame. Isn't that amazing? Just for you, Lady Angela. Tubi's here. We are at the walkway to the East Wing. Look at this really cool waterfall. It comes down from outside. Isn't that cool? It disappears into the ground. I love it. Look at this cool walkway up here. It sparkles. This is way cool. I love this. I get excited every time I come here. It's like a discotheque. Is this cool looking or what? Cruising down the tunnel. What a cool optical effect, huh? Psychic Bob's having such a good time. What I love about the East Wing Gallery is that everything is larger than life. Look at this giant display back here. It goes up way up into the sky. Fields of color. Isn't that cool? I love that. And the sculptures here are massive too. Look at this giant sculpture. I love this. It's so primitive and exotic looking. Let's see what the name of it is. Isamu Noguchi, American. Great Rock of Inner Seeking, 1974, made of basalt. So basalt, that's like volcanic rock. It's been carved. I love that. Do you see how massive the sculpture is? I don't know if you can get a sense of it. It's giant. It towers over me. Pretty cool, isn't it? I love it. That is really cool. This museum just so fascinates me all the time. Now, if you guys know about Calder, he's a famous sculptor. And above us is a giant Calder mobile. You can see it up here. Up at the ceiling. See the reds and the blues, the blacks. Calder is very famous. The architecture here is just spectacular. It's actually very 1980s, I think. Now here's the escalator to a place I used to hang out in the 1980s called the Sky Terrace Cafe. They've changed it. It's not fancy like it used to be. It's just now called the Terrace Cafe. But we'll go up there to take a look as well. We'll go see some more art. Isn't this spectacular? I love modern architecture. Here's the entrance to the Terrace Cafe. As you can see, it's very elegant. People are eating. Overlooks the mall. Very chic. Back in the day, it used to have leather chairs and sofas. But it's still pretty cool. And you overlook the gallery. There's the walkway into the modern art collection. come back to the Terrace Cafe a little later. Isn't this spectacular? And Psyche Bob's here live. It seems that they've moved my favorite Picasso that used to be here. But now they have a Jean Miro, and I like Miro also. But my favorite Picasso used to hang here. I don't know where it's gone to. Maybe it'll be somewhere else in the museum. This is Jean Miro, head of a Catalan peasant. Over here, you may recognize this. This is by Pierre Mondrian. Mondrian was a famous artist in the 60s and 70s, and he was named for doing these color blocks. I just love it. This one dates from, oh, it's earlier than that, 1924, 1925. Well, in the 60s and 70s, this became all the rage. Anyways, I guess it predates what I thought, but that's an original Mondrian. Oh wait, I think we've got a Picasso over here. No, Fernand Léger, who was actually a friend of Picasso's. Two women. That's nice. Very stylish, very much like Picasso. Well, let's go on and see what there is to see. And Tubies, I found an original Warhol for you guys. You haven't seen this one. Look at this. This is an original Warhol. It's called Let Us Now Praise Famous Men by Andy Warhol, 1962. It's one of his silk screens. Isn't that great? I haven't seen this one. This is the Robert Rauschenberg family, it says. Series of different photographs, and he's silk screening them. Isn't that great? A real Warhol. I knew we'd find one for you guys yet. And here's another Warhol. A Boy for May. I think it's when Princess Margaret had her first son. Let's see, that dates from 1962. Andy Warhol. There you go. Are you Warhol fans? I got two. Usually the Hirshhorn has a lot more Warhols, but none of them are on display now, so these are all we've got for Warhol, but it's still cool. There you go. Isn't it so much fun? Oh, and look, Tubies, here's Jackson Pollock. He's one of my faves. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a famous one. This one is actually, I think, called Lavender Mist. Yeah, this one is from number 1950 Lavender Mist. Jackson Pollock, very famous artist. I love it. And this is his mural. Now this is neat. I've never seen this one. These are amazing. Something spectacular. Pretty cool, huh? Here's another Pollock. I've not seen this one before. It's done on paper. It's called number 1951. Enamel. Oh, it's enamel on canvas, excuse me. How fascinating. And look, he signed it. I don't normally see his signature on his paintings. Fascinating stuff. So there you go. What do you think of that? Pretty cool, huh? Tubies, just when I thought I couldn't be more surprised, look what I found for you. This is another Warhol. Now, I've never seen this one. Over at the Hirshhorn, they have a similar one, but it's done in blue. But I've never seen one that's done in neon. And this is an actual Warhol. This is his self-portraits from 1986. I remember when he came out with this series because I went to the exhibit. I actually saw the original releases in 1986. They brought him to DC. And his Warhol self-portrait. And here it is. Oh my God, I love this. I've always wanted a big Warhol. Do you know how much that costs? That's probably like $30 million right there, or more. Oh, I've been wanting to find some original Warhols for you. And I just talked to a security guard and found out some Picassos are on the lower level. So we're going to go seek those out as well. But there you go. Say goodbye with Warhol. Pretty cool, huh? And Tubies, look what's just hiding in a corner over here, an original Andy Warhol. Is that cool or what? That's one of the Marilyns from 1962. See, this is the great thing about these museums. You just turn the corner and there's a treasure hiding. That's an original Warhol. I love how they just tucked it in this little side hallway here, right by the freight elevator. Pretty cool, huh? Here, you can see me with it, so you know I'm actually here. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, Tubi, here's a whole room of Matisse originals. Oh my God, I never got to see these up close. This is an original one. This is one I've been wanting to see forever. I've never seen the original. Oh my God, I am about to die, guys. This is from 1950, Beasts of the Sea. I gotta go to the gift shop and buy this. That's so cool. Look, I'm here with the original. Oh my God, I love Matisse. He's one of my faves. Les Bêtes de la Mer, Matisse 50. What he did is he would cut out pieces of paper and glue them onto paper. They look like paintings, but they're actually paper cutouts. Oh, God, I love this. All right, I'm going to go to the gift shop and buy that. Look at this giant. Oh, my God. I've never got to see the Matisse paper cutouts like this. I've seen pictures of them, and I've seen some of his paintings, but the paper cutouts are spectacular. Look at this, guys. I tell you, we got a treat today, huh? Real Warhols, real Matisses, and hopefully some Picassos to come. The Sword Swallower. That looks like a sword swallower. The Cowboy from Jazz, 1947. Oh my God. This is such a treat. Oh, here's another famous one. I've never seen this one. The Knife Thrower from Jazz. How cool. Original Matisse. Destiny from Jazz, 1947. I can't believe I have this whole gallery to myself just to hang out with Matisses. Pretty cool. I have to go see this one again because it's just, this is one of my faves. I actually got to see the original. Love it. All right, that's all. I saw that at the gift shop, but now that I've actually seen it, I have to buy it to commemorate the experience. This is so awesome. I'm so psyched today. I'm having such a good time. All right, guys, we're going to wind our way downstairs, and maybe we'll run into some of these Picassos they told me were down here. Because you know I love Picasso. Now that I've seen Matisse today, I'm so spoiled. I almost hate to ask for anything. Okay, guys, looks like we've hit a Picasso gallery. Oh my God, this is like a famous one. It's called The Tragedy. This was part of Picasso's blue period. He painted everything in shades of blue. How amazing. Pretty amazing. These are all Picassos. Everything in this room is a Picasso. This is some of his earlier periods. I tend to like his cubist and abstract stuff. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh my God, an original Picasso sculpture. I'm going good crazy. Oh no, it's not Picasso. It looks exactly like it. It's Jacques Lipchitz. That's definitely Picasso in style. just love this museum. Here's this Calder Mobile up close. Too bad there's not wind in here. It'd spin and move. It'd be dramatic. Well, we'll go further down, see what else there is. Well, Tubies, I had a great day at the museum. I'm so glad you guys came along. I didn't find the other Picassos, but that's all right. We'll come back here. We got to see some pretty cool stuff. Anyways, I'm going to head on to the metro, and we're calling it a day. I'm so glad you guys came along for the adventure. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, post it on Facebook, put it on your website, tell your friends about Spirit Channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you've hit subscribe, check to make sure you've hit the bell so that you'll get the updates. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. I'm going to cruise on home. And bet you guys like to see that modern art over there. Pretty cool looking. Look at this. Old world meets new world. These look like the cobblestones you see in France. There's the East Wing, and there's the West Wing Gallery. And anyways, I'm glad you guys came along for the adventure. So keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. We'll see you back here tomorrow for UFO Friday. And we're going to have a special guest if all works out. Christian the Man's going to be here talking about his UFO research. All right, guys, we'll see you then. Blessed be.